Become her starting today. There's a version of you that already exists in your mind. The confident girl, the disciplined girl, the girl who has her life together. She wakes up early. She takes care of herself. She stops procrastinating. She protects her peace. And deep down, you already know exactly who she is. The problem is, you keep treating her like a future version of yourself. Instead of becoming her today, write down the following principles to help you stay aligned. Principle 1. Your life changes when your identity changes. Most people try to change their life by changing small actions, but real transformation starts with identity. James Clear puts it perfectly in Atomic Habits. The goal is not to read a book. The goal is to become a reader. The goal is not to run a marathon. The goal is to become a runner. Because your habits always follow who you believe you are. If you believe you're lazy, you'll keep procrastinating. If you believe you're undisciplined, you'll keep quitting. If you believe you're incapable, you'll stop trying before you even begin. That's why becoming her starts mentally first. You have to stop identifying with the old version of yourself, the insecure version, the distracted version, the version that keeps choosing comfort over growth. As Clear explains, every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. Choose enough good votes and your identity shifts, because every time you repeat those behaviors, you strengthen that identity, and eventually it becomes your life. Principle 2. Her is built through daily habits. The girl you admire, she's not magical. She simply has habits that support the life she wants. That's it. People love to romanticize successful women. But behind every glow-up is repetition. In the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Stephen Covey writes, "We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Daily discipline, daily effort, daily choices. Small things matter more than you think. Waking up earlier, drinking water, reading instead of scrolling, going for walks, keeping promises to yourself." James Clear calls this the 1% rule. If you get just 1% better each day, you'll be 37 times better by the end of the year. Those little actions seem insignificant in one day, but repeated for months, they completely change who you become. And honestly, most girls already know what they need to do. The issue isn't information, it's execution. Principle 3. Stop waiting for motivation. One of the biggest mistakes people make is waiting to feel ready. But motivation is unreliable. Mel Robbins discovered this firsthand. She was unemployed, her marriage was falling apart, and she couldn't even get out of bed. Then she created the 5-second rule. If you have an instinct to act on a goal, you must physically move within 5 seconds, or your brain will kill it. Some days you'll feel inspired. Other days you won't want to do anything at all. That's normal. The difference is that girls who level up don't depend on feelings. They depend on standards. Robbins explains that your brain is designed to protect you from discomfort, so it will always talk you out of hard things. The trick is to act before your mind has time to stop you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Move. They do things because they said they would, not because they're suddenly motivated. And that mindset changes everything. Because once you stop negotiating with yourself, your confidence grows fast. Every time you follow through on something difficult, your brain starts learning. I can trust myself. That's how real confidence is built, not through appearance, through action. Principle 4. Your environment matters more than you think. Sometimes the reason you feel stuck isn't because you're incapable. It's because your environment keeps pulling you backwards. James Clear writes, "Environment is the invisible hand that shapes human behavior. The people around you matter. The content you consume matters. Your routines matter. Think about it. If you want to stop eating junk food, remove it from your kitchen. If you want to read more, put a book on your pillow instead of leaving your phone on your nightstand." Clear calls this designing for laziness. Make the good behaviors the easiest option. If your entire day is filled with negativity, distraction, gossip, and comparison, it becomes almost impossible to grow. That's why girls who transform their life become protective of their energy. They unfollow things that make them feel insecure. They spend less time around people who drain them. They stop feeding their mind garbage. In Girl Wash Your Face, Rachel Hollis puts it bluntly. You, and only you, are ultimately responsible for who you become and how happy you are. And slowly, their entire mindset changes. Protecting your peace isn't selfish. It's necessary. Principle 5. Discipline is self-respect. A lot of people think discipline is punishment, but real discipline is self-respect. Mark Manson writes in The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Feck, who you are is defined by what you're willing to struggle for. Because when you stay disciplined, you're telling yourself, my future matters. Every healthy choice says, I care about myself. Every difficult task completed says, I believe in myself. Every promise you keep says, I respect myself enough to grow. Stephen Covey calls these deposits into your personal integrity account. Every time you keep a commitment to yourself, no matter how small, you build trust with yourself, break those promises, and you slowly lose self-respect. That's why disciplined women feel different. Their energy changes. Not because life is perfect, but because they stop abandoning themselves. And honestly, that changes everything. Principle 6. You don't need to change overnight. A lot of girls give up because they expect instant transformation, but becoming her doesn't happen in one day. James Clear uses the analogy of an ice cube. Imagine a room at 25 degrees. You heat it to 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Nothing happens. Then, at 32 degrees, the ice begins to melt. All those degrees mattered, but the breakthrough only became visible at the tipping point. Habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. It happens gradually, quietly, one better decision at a time, one productive morning, one healed habit, one uncomfortable action. That's how confidence grows. That's how lives change. Not through perfection, through consistency. So stop overwhelming yourself trying to become a completely different person overnight. Focus on becoming 1% better today. That's enough. Principle 7. Start before you feel ready. There will never be a perfect moment. No magical day where suddenly you stop overthinking. You stop being scared. You feel fully confident. That's not how growth works. Mel Robbins says, you are never going to feel like it. Ever. And that's the problem. You become ready by starting. And yes, it's uncomfortable at first. Every transformation is. Stephen Covey calls this being proactive, choosing your response rather than waiting for circumstances to change. The most effective people don't wait for permission. They act. But eventually, the habits that once felt difficult become normal. And one day you'll look back and realize you actually became the girl you once dreamed about. Not because you waited, because you started. If you're waiting for a sign, this is it. Become her starting today. Not next month. Not next year. Today. Start protecting your peace. Start choosing discipline. Start acting like the woman you want to become. Because your future is being built by what you do daily. James Clear's final reminder, every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. Cast your vote today, and the sooner you realize that, the sooner your life changes. Become her. So starting today, we are changing the script. Stop insulting yourself. Your brain doesn't know the difference between a joke and reality. When you say, I'm so stupid, your subconscious logs it as a fact. Stop predicting failure. You are not a psychic. Stop using your imagination to create scenarios that haven't happened yet just to scare yourself. Stop shrinking your dreams just to make the people around you feel more comfortable. Speak to yourself like the future, successful version of you. How does she carry herself? How does she react when things go wrong? She doesn't panic. She solves problems. Because the woman you become tomorrow is being actively created by the thoughts you repeat today. Action challenge. I don't want you to just watch this video and go back to your old mental loop. Let's change the trajectory right now. Here is your action challenge for tonight. Before you go to sleep, grab a piece of paper and write down 3 powerful beliefs about yourself. Not things you hope to be, but things you are claiming right now. For example, I am capable of handling hard things. I trust my intuition. Or, I am worthy of building a life I love. Read them out loud before you close your eyes. Plant the right seeds. If you are ready to stop feeding the doubt and start building that future version of yourself, drop a comment below right now and type, "I choose growth." Let the world know you're rewriting the script. See you tomorrow for day 4.